Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jenny from In My Spare Time Crochet, and I love all things crochet and yarn. Now, I feel like I have a lot to show you this week, which is very exciting. I will be doing a little slideshow for the makes for Crochet Roulette, week 4 already, so almost halfway through our little crochet along here. Thank you so much to everybody that has been getting involved and sending in pictures, tagging me on Instagram. I know that most people are tagging Tracy, who is the organizer, so that's fantastic. Make sure you check out Tracy's videos. That's Travel Crochet AU. I know she's got over 40 for this week, so that's fantastic. I cannot wait to show you my make for this week. I put a lot of hard work into this one and I'm very proud of it. So, and I have to say, we have everything from like really small quick makes up to a couple of people made numerous makes, and some of them were not small makes. So I'm actually blown away by the effort that people are going to. It is fantastic. So anyway, we'll get to Crochet Roulette. First, I'm going to show you the other things that I made this week. So let's go. We will start off with some little ghosts. I have quite a collection of Halloween themed things that I'm going to be able to take down to the collective. That is largely due to my Halloween roundup video that I did recently. So I'm looking forward to taking those down to the collective once we are in October, which will be here before we know it. It is very scary. Anyway, speaking of scary, we've got these 4 little ghosts. I think they are adorable. Now we don't tend to really celebrate Halloween here in Australia. It's over the last few years, it's probably gained a little bit more popularity, I suppose, but overall, in comparison to our US friends, we really don't celebrate it. So therefore I don't, in the past I haven't really made many Halloween makes, but I am actually really enjoying these. This is the Crochet with Bay pattern, free pattern on Instagram. It is so quick, so easy, and it's really cute. So I just did 4 of those. I don't think I will do any more unless of course they happen to sell quite quickly, but that will be going along with my other bag of Halloween makes. I also did make, now these, anything koala seems to do very well at the collective, and particularly small makes. So I always do a grey koala. So I've just done embroidered eyes and nose for all of these. But we also find that the coloured ones also do very well. So, and they don't tend to stay on the shelves very long before they sell. So I did a grey, a pink, and a purple this time. This is the pattern that I usually use. I know that Lavender Jean Crochet is one of the designers. It's a compilation. I think Boggy Crochet and Crochet is probably the other designers. I'll have it linked for you below. It is very quick. You do make the ears separately and sew them on. I think I've got it, almost down to a fine art now. I do just add the little faux fur because I think it's a nice little touch. So we've got 3 of those. Now, last week I did show you my little pattern test of Itty Bitty Demi by Just a Mum Crocheting. That pattern is released now, and it is on Skylar's Coffee shop, Ko-fi, however you'd like to say it. But it is also available as a pack with the other 2 demi patterns that she has on Etsy. So she was having a few issues with Etsy, so she had to do the solo, the individual pattern on her coffee shop. But I don't know why you wouldn't want the pack anyway. This is the baby demi, So this is the next size up. So she very kindly sent this to those of us that hadn't made this one. Yeah, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So you do make the arms separately and crochet those in. The feet you also make ahead of time, and then you come back and sew those on at the end, but it wasn't difficult. And you also sew the head to the body as well, but really quite a quick make, and I just think they are so cute. I'm very much looking forward to the final season of Stranger Things coming out, and I think that if people are into Stranger Things, I think that you would really like some of these demis. But it's a really fun pattern. It's really well written, and I absolutely loved it. So thank you to Skylar for sending me this pattern. I love it. Now, before we get on to a couple of big makes, I do just want to show you these little... Now, the pattern is called Cuties in Blankets. It is by Plushie Co. You may have seen a few other creators making these. The pattern comes with the instructions to make a little puppy, a kitten, or a rabbit, a bunny. And I decided to make the little puppies, and honestly, I really do think they're very cute. I had a friend over yesterday and I had just finished making them and she loved them. So, and now it doesn't tell you to sew that bit there. So, and it's not going to fall out. So I don't think I need to, but if you've made this pattern, did you sew that part there? It is cute. It is very cute. Very good little interactive toy. I think it's baby safe. You know, it doesn't have any safety eyes or anything like that. But yeah, I do think they're really cute. I think I didn't make them all in one sitting, but I do estimate that it probably took me maybe 45 minutes at least, I would say, to make the whole thing. So the blanket is fairly quick and the puppy itself is not too bad, but you do make the arms first and the ears, and then they are all crocheted in. So it is no sew. You crochet the tail in the round as well. Yeah. So look, it's not hard. I think it's a very cute little puppy. But I will probably at some point make the bunny, I'm thinking. I'm not too sure. But I think I'll have to decide on a price. Just going by other previous sales down at the collective, little interactive things seem to do very well. So I don't expect that this would be any different, but I do need to come up with a price point that's going to cover me for my time, I guess. But aren't they cute? Love them. Okay. That is all the small makes. Now, before I get on to my next big one, I wanted to mention that this was I was making it for a gift. There is a student that I support at school that I have supported for probably the last 4 years, I think. We have spent a lot of time together during that time, and I have always gifted her a little crocheted item for whether it's her birthday or Christmas. And she's not backward in coming forward. So we were discussing her graduation that was going to be happening this year, and she put in an order basically. She put in an order for a seal, but it just wasn't going to be any type of seal. She particularly wanted a bakel seal. Now, I had not heard of this type of seal before. I will pop a little picture in here so you can have a look as well. But they have very big eyes. They look very different. They're very quite specific. That doesn't make sense. They're quite unique. They have very big, very large, almost wet looking eyes. And so I was wondering how I was going to try and achieve that so that it would, look like that specific type of seal, I guess. So I reached out to my lovely friend Kayla at The Girl Who Knots. She does safety eyes. Now, I don't usually, until I guess last week on my little baby mushroom, I did use the hand-painted safety eyes, but I just don't stock them. I don't have them because I don't usually use them. But I knew that that type of eye was probably going to be, it would probably have the best result, I think, for my seal. So I reached out to Kayla and I asked her if she thought she could do some custom eyes for me. I told her what I wanted to make and then sent her a picture and left it with her. And she did a great job. And I will show you my final product in a little moment. But I did do a little bit of an order with her for a few more eyes while I was at it. And it came this week, beautifully packaged. She throws in some stickers. But I did get these. These are all 30mm eyes because I think the 25s were out of stock. But I got, my customs are already gone. So we've got Candy Crush. We have Dagger, Orchid, and Cider. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really pretty eyes. And she shipped it to me really quickly. And yeah, she was just an absolute dream to deal with. So thank you so much, Kayla, and you have helped me bring my vision to life when it comes to this gift. Okay, without further ado, let's have a look at this gift. Now, he is a very big boy. Let's get some kind of size comparison. If you want to, yeah. There we go. He was quite enjoyable to make. He really, really was. I had no problem with the pattern. This was a paid pattern on Etsy by Annie Ami Crochet. I read there were a number of reviews there and they were mostly good. And I figured that I would probably be able to work it out if there were any issues, but there wasn't really. I feel like I didn't love the bottom flippers. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just didn't do the best job, but look, they still turned out okay. I don't think my student is going to notice. I used about 2.5 skeins of Zaddy Crafts, a really good chenille for this guy. It also took quite a bit of polyfill, and I did pop in just one little stocking full of pellets as well. So it is slightly weighted, not much, but it has a little bit of weight to it, and I think my student is going to absolutely love it. I certainly hope so. I don't know if she's going to expect that he's going to be so big, but I can't wait for her reaction. She's certainly will tell me. I will know if I have either exceeded her expectations or not met them. She can't lie. She will tell me. So, but anyway, he was fun to make. I really did enjoy making it, and I know that he is going to be very, very loved. So, but honestly, Kayla, the eyes, you helped my vision come to life. So thank you so much. I can't recommend Kayla enough. I will have her website linked below. I'm not sure how many eyes she has left at the moment, but because they sell, because they're lovely. Anyway, that is my last big make, except for my make for Crochet Roulette. So let's get on to that section. Now, Crochet Roulette, week 4. Our theme was sea life and our colour was pink. Now, after doing such a big make last week, I thought, you know, just rein it in a little bit. No, I did not do that. I was looking through my patterns, and initially I was thinking that I might make a Jazzy Jellyfish by Humble Child Co. I did pattern test that for Chantal, and I thought, I haven't made it again since I did the pattern test, so I thought maybe that might be fun. And I was looking through all of my patterns and I didn't come across it. But I did come across 2 of her other patterns who are probably definitely much more well known or recognised, I guess, and that is Hugo the Humpback Whale. I have the mini as well as the regular pattern for Hugo, but I'm yet to make him. I also have the mini and the regular patterns for Anchor the octopus. Now, Anchor, he has been everywhere. He's just been so popular. I can't even imagine the amount of revenue that little Anchor has generated for Chantal. But anyway, I have always felt, if I'm honest, maybe a little bit intimidated. I don't know why. I'm not sure why, but I just had the pattern there and I thought I'll get to it one day. I'll get to it one day. But then I thought, you know what? Why wait? Let's do it now. Let's do it for Crochet Roulette. So I was looking through my stash because I didn't want to have to buy yarn specifically for the project. And I have this yarn which I got from Craft Online, and it doesn't say much. It is Poppy Crafts, not Porter Crafts. It's Poppy Crafts, and it says soft crocheting yarn. That's the description. That's it. But it is really, really soft. This is just the colour Milky White, I believe. And I had a couple of balls of it, so I figured that would be good for the tentacles. Now, initially, I had planned to pair it with this yarn that I got from Millens at Spotlight. Not too sure what brand it was. I'm really not sure, but it's beautiful. Very, very pink. Because I think I had 4 balls in total. Some of them have a lot more white than this particular one, but I thought that would work and I thought it would look nice. So I made all of my tentacles, and then I started making the outer part for the tentacles, and it turned out probably at least this much longer than the tentacles. So I knew that wasn't going to actually work. So I had to pivot and do a plan B, I guess. I had made all the tentacles, so I really didn't want all those to have gone to waste. I was looking at what options I had in the way of a thicker blanket type yarn, and I didn't have enough in pink that I thought would work. And yeah, as I said, I didn't want to have to buy more. So I was getting a bit worried and thinking, what am I going to do now? Then I came across this in my stash. This is the Aldi striped yarn that I got earlier this year. I use it for a lot of my smaller makes for the collective, and there's a lot of pink in it, and whilst it is definitely a little thinner than this, I thought, I wonder if that would work. So I grabbed, now I was using a 7mm hook for the tentacles, and that's what's recommended in the pattern, but I would normally use a 5 when I use this, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but I grabbed my 6mm hook, and then I made one of the outer pieces, I guess, of the tentacles, and then joined it to one of the tentacles, and it worked. Somehow, some way, it worked. So I finished up all the tentacles, and then off I went. I really wasn't sure how he was going to turn out, but he did. He did. So he's not quite as big. This is the regular pattern. I thought if I'm going to make him, I'm going big. But I'll stop talking and I'll just show you. Look at him. Oh my gosh. It's twisting a little bit, and I think perhaps that is because of this part here in the 7mm hook. I probably could have even used a 6, to be honest, but that's okay. Honestly. Oh my gosh. What a pattern. What a pattern. I didn't really have any issues with it. I have read quite a lot of people often have issues with either the tentacles and getting the lengths to match up, I suppose, or the eyes. I do agree. Quite a lot of people say that there could be more instruction with the eyes, and perhaps I think a video would be helpful for a lot of people, but there is none at this time, but that's okay. I was able to work it out anyway, but oh my gosh, I love the underside as well. He's just delightful. I love him, and I'm so proud of myself that I finally did it. I would love to make another one of these in a really nice Bernat blanket. It's so expensive. Oh my gosh. To buy it here, you're looking at 30 Australian dollars for one skein. It's just insane. But I think there are some really, really cool, maybe Bernat Mysticals or something like that, that would just look amazing. And if I did that, I think I would keep him. I'm pretty sure I would keep that one. So I haven't fully decided whether I'm going to keep this one or sell him, or perhaps even raffle him, because I generally, once to twice a year, I usually will do a raffle as a fundraiser and donate it to a worthy cause. So I don't know. I'm going to have a think about it. I'm going to sit on it and just enjoy looking at him for the moment. But what do you think? You will see in our slideshow that someone not only made one of these, but also made a few other things as well. I was just like, oh my God, I thought I did great making just this guy. But anyway, I'll stop going on about him. I do love him though. He's awesome. If you, like me, have the pattern and have been a bit nervous, just have a go. Honestly, I don't know what I was worried about. I love the pattern. I love it. I even found the tentacles quite therapeutic, I suppose. Yes, there's 8 of them, but I love it. I love it. And I really, honestly, cannot wait to make another one of these guys when I find the perfect yarn, I think. But anyway, let's get into the slideshow and we will have a look at the makes that everyone sent in to me, and then we will do the little spinny thing and you can see what the theme and colour is for week 5. great job, everybody. Absolutely fantastic. You will also know by now that our theme for next week is safari and our colour is pastels. So that's going to be interesting, isn't it? I very much look forward to seeing what everyone comes up with this week. Don't forget to go over to the channels of all of my other co-collaborators, I guess, and check out their makes as well. And as I said, Tracy will have a video dedicated to all of the makes that people have sent to her. So but yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I think everyone's really enjoying the CAL. I know that I am. So I did get another sales report from the collective where I sell my items. So now I have enough information, I guess, enough data to be able to do a separate video just, I guess, on my experience selling at a local collective, a local store. And yeah, so you never know. That might come out this week, if not, perhaps next. But either way, if that's something you're interested in, make sure you perhaps subscribe so that you can catch all of my videos. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you are watching on a device that makes it possible for you. But I appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed seeing my makes for this week. I don't really even know. I love Anchor, but I have to say this guy comes pretty close as far as how happy I am with the end result. And I do like the little makes as well, particularly the little puppies in blankets. So cute. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. If you made it to the end of this video, I would love it if you would leave either a seal or an octopus emoji. Show them some love. I don't even think I can pick a favorite, honestly. I love them both. But anyway, thanks for being here. I hope to see you in my next video. I hope you've all been safe and well, and until next time, bye for now.